Hello, if you're watching and looking for Matt Slick live on our Rumble stream, our YouTube stream, or our Facebook stream, Matt's trying to get his device to act right. It's acting naughty right now, and he's unable to join the stream. I'm sure he's working feverishly to join, but at this point, he's going to be delayed. I don't expect it to take him long. He's quite the computer wizard.
Question,
And
and you can.
there he is.
All right, so there you go. May the Lord bless you. And hey, I think I'm getting this thing figured out here on what's happening with the camera thing. Not sure because I had to uninstall it, install it, and we'll see if it works now. I don't know. All right, may the Lord bless this whole effort. Man, I'm going to tell you, sometimes it just takes a lot of work to get things to go, and that's what it is. So everything looks like it might work. We'll see what happens. See if it kicks in or not. I'll do some troubleshooting later. Good thing I'm an ex-computer tech. I can figure.
Well, that's what you get for bragging about being an ex-computer tech. Oh, he's back.
Give me a call. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We can talk about Christianity, Muslims, Islam. In fact, that reminds me. I watched a series. My wife and I watched this series on Netflix on the FLDS, the Fundamentalist Church Latter Day Saints. Wow, I'd known about it. In fact, I actually used to know a guy. I lost contact with him, but I used to know a guy who was in that group, and he left, and he was telling me a lot of stuff about it. And I watched this. My wife and I watched this documentary, and it was so interesting that after the first one was interesting, but after that, it got really interesting. And we watched four of them, three of them last night. And because my wife's, she goes to bed early before I do, and she couldn't handle, um, she can't stay up that like I can. And so anyway, so this thing, even she stayed up and we watched. It was really good. It was really good. So I would, if you are interested, and you can go to Netflix or not, but you go check it out. And boy, that is so interesting. Why that's having trouble, just having trouble with the video feed. I don't know why, but I'll work on it. So there you go. And I want to hear from you. Give me a call 877-207-2276.
Well, it looks like he has conked out again with his camera. And for those of you that are in on the other social media streams, I posted a link in there where you can go for a clear radio stream from the radio station. Um, if you want to listen there, like I'm going to do, you can listen there live, or you can uh, on the side wait here for him to show up again, because I'm sure he's aware of the that he's dropped again. So anyway, there's the link for. Let me put it in the Rumble chat. For I hope that posted. And let me put it in the other. Um, there it is in the Facebook and YouTube's. Other than that, I'm going to go to that link and listen myself until he comes back here with the visual. If not, we're going to just be able to only listen at the radio stream. Okay, sorry about that, and I'm sure Matt's sorry, but he will be working at it. I'm sure of that. He's a good multitasker, and we'll see what happens. Let's see.
hold firm, your child will lose a sense of security. He'll have no security. And no limitations on the child implies to the child that the child has been rejected. And I'm going to tell you something, and you listen to me. If you do not conquer your child, somebody else will. Have you set limits?
For more about Love Worth Finding and Adrian Rogers, visit our website at lwf.org.
Matt Slick Live, taking your calls at 877-207-2276. Here's Matt Slick.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm glad you're listening, and finally got the feed working on some camera issues. I had to do it while I got a fast computer, and it really paid off because I rebooted it during the break. All right, so what I want to do is get to some of I'm going to review this issue of the paranormal that's going on and talk about this, because it's a really good email. It really is a good email. We need to talk about it. So a lot of experiences. Okay, when I was younger, she and mom saw a spirit, a ghost. Now, what is it? In 1 Samuel 28, there was an occurrence where Samuel was allowed to come back and be visible and talk to Saul. And so that happened. It doesn't mean that it's normative, but there is an instance of this, which means consciousness after death. So here's something we got to think about, is that demonic forces are extremely bright. They are quite effective at deception. And so we have to be aware of is the issue of deceiving a person can be done by spiritual forces who can mimic. They're called familiar spirits. They can mimic Aunt Martha, Uncle Joe, who passed on. And because of the demonic forces and stuff like that, they often know things that we wouldn't know. And they will know things that only the other person would know, where objects are, where, bank account is, various things. They can really impress people. And so therefore, they will conclude that this is really so-and-so. And that's contacting them, but it could be a demonic force. All right. Now, that's a factor that needs to be examined. All right. Because there are demonic forces out there. There are spiritual forces. So the question then becomes, what are they? Are they good or bad? And you have to ask that question, because bad ones can imitate what is good and sound like it's good. All right. So so people said that it was a girl who committed suicide 1 year before, and when we looked at the picture, it was identical to the ghost. So what I would say is that, as the Bible teaches, that when you die, you go to be with the Lord. 2 Corinthians 5:8, Philippians 1:21, 19 through 21. Or you go to the bad place, and you go to Luke 16, 19 through 31, that talks about that, Lazarus and the rich man. So what I conclude ghosts are not the actual individuals that passed on, but demonic manifestations. When they come around the house, they do stuff like that. So that's the rule I'll go by. And it's a rule of thumb. And there could be derivations and exceptions, but I'm not going to get into that right now, of possibilities. But this is the rule of thumb I go by. I think others should do the same thing. Because if a girl did commit suicide in a certain context in that place, and then a demonic force knows that, it could be that it's just imitating. Now, some people say, well, how do you know it isn't really the girl? Well, because the Bible tells us that they go be with the Lord, or they go to the other place, and you don't come back. So that's the issue. That's why I say that. And the person said, I've also had other experiences where I left clothes out for the kids, and they vanished. Okay. So having done a little bit of research on this over the years, I can tell you that sometimes, how do you put this? There apparently is a connection between young children and some of this activity. Sometimes they're called poltergeists. They are, what the heck? How come that's not working? Well, that's weird. Okay. That's really strange. Huh. That's really weird. I'll get out of it and come back in. All right. So a poltergeist is one of the words that is used to describe certain activities that happen around, largely around children, or a home where children are there, and objects move, things disappear. I don't know why it is the case, but it seems to be the case that it happens with kids around. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to tell you, but that's what it seems to be sometimes. So that's why, if I was talking to the person, I'd say, "How old are your kids?" And as they get older, does the phenomena die down? And I don't know what the connection is, but this is some of the research I found, that there's a commonality there. So some people got theories about it, but I don't really know. So he said, tried thinking of a very logical reason and can't find any. Well, it's certainly possible that someone took the clothes. It's possible that the woman, or Leo, I guess is the guy, took the clothes and doesn't remember. I mean, these are just possibilities, but generally speaking, the person would know they've done stuff like that. So is it a demonic force? It certainly is possible that something like that has happened. People all over the world have stories of things just disappearing, and I mean inexplicably. I've got one too, of an object that disappeared within 20 seconds of me putting it someplace, and it was gone. I've never found it. And I was working on a car, and I still remember this to this day. I must have been 19 or 20 or 21, I don't know, 22. And I was on my back working underneath my car, and I was doing something with the clutch. And so I put a 9/16 short, shallow socket head down on the cement right next to me. And I specifically remember setting it to such a place that I would see it was easy reach, and it was not on its side, so it wasn't going to roll. There was no animals, there was no people out there, was nothing. It was just me. I put that thing down, and I did a double wrench, and I broke something loose, and then I came back to it, and it was gone. And it's a minor thing, but I got out from beneath that car and looked everywhere, and there was nobody there. There was no animals there. And I even went to the house, and I was working at my mom and dad's house. I had a big driveway. And I said, "Mom, did you come out and take this?" She goes, "What are you talking about?" And it just disappeared. So I always thought that a good Star Trek episode would be that they go through some dimension warp. They're going through this one dimension, things aren't right there, and people are recognizing, there's my old socks that I lost. There's this. They all go to another dimension, all these objects. And I thought it'd be kind of funny. So anyway, I still remember it. I could still see, as I'm talking about, I could still see that socket and how shiny it was, and the chrome and the light on it. And there it was sitting there. And then I just, broke a bolt loose, came back to change the side on something, and it was gone. And I never found it. And then some people, they lose their sanity and never find that either. But that's kind of really common. So at any rate, to get back to the more serious aspect of things, yeah, this is common. People experience these things. They experience presence of figures. And my mom, before she passed away, she had in hospice, and she was there for a few days. And then, she had, her condition was so bad, she was going. And my dad was there one night shortly before she passed, and said that she said to him, "Who's that man standing next to you?" And he looked, and there was nobody there. And she said, "What man?" And she said, "I can see him standing next to you." And when people are near end of life, these kind of stories are kind of common. So what's going on? Are they imagining something? Well, possibly. Are they seeing something? Possibly. What it is, I don't know. Can't tell you what all things are in those situations, but there you go. Hey, look, we'll be right back, folks. After these messages, please stay tuned, and we'll get to the callers. Be right back. Please stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear because I'm grilling up dinner. You get it?
Yes, good job.
So what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes or high?
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Mama, what does the chicken say?
Chicken. Oh, okay.
What?
Oh, a wolf. Ooh!
What about the tiny dog? Cat. Owl. Dolphin. What does the turkey say? Whale.
No, whale sound.
Do the giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Okay. Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
My husband, Alex Hussey, was hit by an IED in Afghanistan.
I was point man on foot patrol, and I stopped on the bomb. Lost my legs and my left hand in an explosion.
And he suffered a severe traumatic brain injury.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
There are so many mountains to climb, and we do it together.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories great and small.
Seeing Alex learning how to snow ski, that's life-changing.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Alex did it. He skied down this mountain. That's something he won't forget.
With the right support, there are no limits.
To see him on that slope and smiling like that, we'll be taking this home.
This has meant so much. Thank you, DAV.
Alex Hussey, thank you for your service. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
And it's the Truth Network that really helped me come to the Bible. And I tell people all the time, they're like, well, I just don't know the Bible. And it's like, well, if you listen to the Truth Network, you'll learn about the Bible. And I just love you guys so much.
I believe in the life of Jesus. I believe that he conquered death. I believe in the resurrection. I believe he's coming back again.
I just love the Truth Network.
It's Matt Slick Live, taking your calls at 877-207-2276. Here's Matt Slick.
All right, well, welcome back to the show. If you want to give me a call, we have an open line, 877-207-2276. Herb from Raleigh, North Carolina. Welcome. You're on the air.
Hey, Matt. First of all, I want to tell you, all of your staff, God bless you. Hope you have a great Christmas and a great holiday season. And just two quick questions. What's your feeling, or what's your maybe possible past experience with Dr. Charles Stanley or Dr. J. Vernon McGee? Did you ever meet them or have? I know Dr. McGee you probably didn't, but no. Any correspondence or any? What's your feeling about them? I love listening to them like I love listening to you. And I just wanted your input.
Well, they both are good. And I would have no problem with them. I don't know of anything of either one of those that's problematic. Now, I might have some disagreements on a few things, minor things, but so what? J. Vernon McGee, I used to listen to a lot back in Southern California.
Yeah.
And, he's a great guy. And there were some things I'm like, nah, I don't agree with that. But, it's the kind of thing like pre-trib rapture, post-trib rapture. You agree, don't, stuff like that. But he was a great teacher. And Charles Stanley, I've heard, is very good, too. I'm wary of his son. But other than that, those two are good guys. Okay.
I agree with you about his son. He's totally opposite. So I'm almost like he's totally opposite of what his father was.
Yeah.
But okay, well, I've been wanting to ask you that for a long time, but I thought that's not a really big important question. There's more important things about the Lord and things, but I just kind of wanted to, get your feeling on that.
Yeah, sure.
And I just want to tell you too, Matt, I'm so grateful to the Lord that he gives you this show to talk to us, to minister to us. I mean, it's truly a blessing. I listen to you every day I possibly can, and I listen to you online, repeats, and I just really thoroughly enjoy your show. And I wish you and your wife nothing but the best. And we'll continue. My wife and I will continue to pray for you and your family.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. I really do. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right.
God bless you, man. You take care.
You too, man. God bless. All right. And that does remind me, I'm going to just put a word out. I'm going to ask that listeners would pray for my wife. But occasionally I'll mention her. And she is really struggling with a lot of pain. And so if you would just, remember her prayers, Mrs. Slick, and that God would heal her. She has some serious issues. We had to go to a pain doctor today and stuff like that. Won't get into too many details. Otherwise, she'd give me an arm hit, which I like, but she can't even do arm hits anymore because it would hurt her. So it's unfortunate, but that's just, lifting things up. All right, let's get to Nathan from California. Nathan, welcome. You are on the air.
Hey, how are you, Matt?
Doing all right.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
If you remember me,
remember your voice.
You always put, my voice is bad because of my epilepsy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say that my question first, I'd like to say that I hope you have a great New Year and Thanksgiving and everything you have. And I pray for your wife too.
Thanks.
I pray that she gets better.
Yeah.
Everything's perfect, my friend.
Yeah, she's suffering. But I appreciate that.
I know what it is. And believe me, I would play more, but I don't have time.
That's all
like
right.
you always say, tell me.
Yeah.
I'd like to know about the word witch. Is it correct to say witch for little kids? Is it to tell them? When my daughter always says witch, I go, don't say that, please. Please don't say that. Because I've read about them and the black witch, white witch from the cults and with people that become witches, I just want to know if the witch is.
You want to know if it's okay to use the word to say witch, just to use it?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Let's just say for my daughter to play with it. It's a good, witch, stuff like that.
Well,
I don't know.
It's okay to say the word. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I understand. It's okay, but to use it in a way, just to always like it, to like being a witch,
Well, being a witch is,
that I'm against.
Yeah, being a witch is very bad. It's demonic. Yeah, it is. And so we need to be aware of what witchcraft is and its dangers that are associated with it. Absolutely. Yep. But
yeah, because if you mind, I'm reading here the Wicca or the Wicca. I don't know.
Yeah, Wicca.
But they're called the white.
Yeah,
white witch.
It's a form of witchcraft. Yes. Depending on how you want to define witchcraft.
Yeah.
But see, witchcraft is basically people or the practice of using words, formulas, incantations, potions, seances, ceremonies in order to contact and influence the spiritual realm for a desire that you have. And that's witchcraft. And so it's a broad definition here. And so Wicca would fall underneath that. And so would some of the Christian positive confession stuff.
Worse,
yeah. And so it's alive and well, and witchcraft is growing, and there's tens of millions of people involved. There are tens of millions of people.
Terribly.
I was going to say there's
terribly, but I just wanted to know if it'd be okay for my daughter to say or watch witch cartoons,
Well, how old is she?
I'm against it. I don't let her. She's 10.
I wouldn't let her watch it. Are you kidding? No way.
I wouldn't let her. You wouldn't let her watch it.
Heck no. I would not let my children watch anything with witchcraft in it. Nope. We stopped them from watching Sesame Street when Sesame Street started teaching about how to get angry. No, I'm serious. They were getting angry and throwing things. It's okay to get angry. And like, what? And we said, that's enough of that. And so forget it. The witchcraft stuff was not allowed on our TVs. Nope. Seances, the witchcraft stuff. They're designed to get to the kids and make it just so it's acceptable and entertainment. And it's very bad. So when Harry Potter stuff came out and people wanted to watch Harry Potter, and our kids were of the age where they could watch that, and my wife and I just said nope. And then our oldest daughter, who read her first novel at 4, she very politely said, "Dad, can I read a Harry Potter novel?" I said, "Tell you what, I'll do it. Let me read it first." And so I did. And I said, "Yeah, go ahead." Because she was, very intelligent and could discern good from bad. It was not a problem. She just enjoyed it. She's a voracious reader. So, but the other ones, no, it just depends on the child too. And so you're going to be very, very careful. Okay.
Yeah, my child doesn't know what a witch is. If I have to say that, because she doesn't know the complete Bible or anything, if you know what I mean, at 10 years old. And I cannot stand just hearing the name witch, because of what I studied of the occult and stuff like that. Yeah. I always pray before I do that. But to me, it's terrible. And also cartoons that you have it's got a witchcraft. Something he's got a witchcraft thing. Is that okay even to watch?
Witchcraft. I thought you said the word game.
A cartoon? No, a cartoon.
I would not. And this is people they can do what they want, but I did not let my wife and I agree. We would not let our kids watch witchcraft cartoons and things like that. Okay, so
they're just regular cartoons like I don't know, Pink Panther. I don't even know what Pink Panther is about, but I watch it because it makes a noise. Mm-hmm. I let her watch it because it's funny.
Well, the old stuff is was good, so to speak. Stuff. But the new stuff is full of witchcraft, the occult, homosexual stuff. It's just brainwashing the children, and as Christians,
the thing as the Smurfs, like they make witches things and stuff like that. And I can't stand it.
Right.
And I don't let her watch it. I don't let her see the name witch.
Okay.
Because I can't.
Well, look, there's a break. We gotta get going. So there's a break, but okay. Hopefully that'll help you. All right, buddy. So there we go, man. All right. Well, God bless. And folks, we'll be right back after these messages. Please stay tuned. Be right back.
Hi, I'm Fuad Rivas. I'm a home builder, and I have a question for all of you out there who are building your dream home. Are you making plans so your home will have healthier indoor air? It's an important question because there's a deadly invisible radioactive gas that can seep into homes from underground. It's radon gas, and when you breathe it in, it can cause lung cancer. Among non-smokers, radon is the #1 cause of lung cancer. The good news is that it's simple to build a home, so radon is not a problem. Building your home radon resistant is a good, inexpensive way to stop radon from entering your home. Any builder can do it. So protect your family. Talk to your builder. Tell them you want a healthier, safer dream house. You'll have better dreams.
Learn more. Visit the EPA at epa.gov/radon. That's epa.gov/radon. This public service announcement is brought to you by the EPA, who does not endorse this particular builder or any other commercial enterprise.
There are places with people in this world that are without any hope. That is, until Mercy Ships arrives. Mercy Ships is a place restoring sight to the blind, healing to the deformed, acceptance and help to the outcast, and love to the brokenhearted.
And many times you can almost see the life coming back into them. Can't beat that.
Mercy Ships is the largest floating civilian hospital in the world, staffed with some of the most skilled volunteer medical professionals and crew. Mercy Ships brings hope, healing, and love to the lost and forgotten in the world. To learn more, go to mercyships.org today.
Okay, I'll be right there, guys. Hey, oh, Dad, come on in. I thought you were the radon test guys.
The who test guys?
Didn't you see the paper Sunday? The Surgeon General issued another warning.
Oh, like the cigarette warning?
Exactly. Only now they're saying radon causes lung cancer. For non-smokers like us, radon is the #1 cause of lung cancer.
You're kidding me, right? I have a smoke-free home and my family can still get cancer from radon?
Yep. That's why the Surgeon General says every home should be tested for radon.
But I don't smell any radon in my house.
No, nobody can smell radon. It's odorless, colorless, and tasteless. It just comes up from underground and seeps into your house.
Oh, great.
No, hey, it's no big deal. Even if they find high levels of radon, it can easily be fixed. My brother just had his house fixed. Now that's the radon test guys.
So how did you find them?
First, you go to the EPA website.
Learn more. Visit the EPA at epa.gov/radon. That's epa.gov/radon.
It's Matt Slick Live, taking your calls at 877-207-2276. Here's Matt Slick.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. If you want to give me a call, we have, let's see, 2 open lines, 877-207-2276. Troy from Connecticut. Welcome. You are on the air.
Hey, how you doing, Matt?
Doing all right, man.
I'm calling in today because I'm calling about 2 Corinthians 6:18.
Okay.
Where it mentioned that I'll be a father. And I know the is a definite article. So why would the A be in front of the father?
Why would what?
Would it should be the letter A in 2 Corinthians 6:18?
What about it? Why was the indefinite article there?
It has an A in front. He said, I would be a father. Would that be considered more than one father's?
No, it's just it's the accusative direct object. So I'll be a father. And what Paul is doing is altering something out of 2 Samuel 7, which is a reference when God was talking. He's talking about familial relation, that our family relationship with God is a way to look at it. He's going to be a father to us, because the word "you" in there is plural, and then he alters the text, and you shall be sons and daughters to me. So it's just to talk. All it's doing is just talking about family, the idea of God being familial to us, like a father to us, and that's what's going on as a privilege in Christianity. So that's all it means. And I'll be, a father to you. It's just not saying there's another father out there. It's just a turn of a phrase. That's all.
Okay, that's what it is. A term of the phrase. Okay, that's well. All right, then. You have a good night.
You too. Well, God bless, Troy. All right. Well, let's see. We have, 10, 12 minutes left in the show. We've got 3 open lines, 877-207-2276. Let's get to Tony from Greensboro, North Carolina. Welcome. You're on the air.
Hey, good evening. How you doing?
Hanging in there,
I hope
man.
you
Doing
can
all right.
hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. A little background noise. You're on the freeway or you're driving, but that's okay. So what do you got, man?
I drive the postal service, so I'm just calling in. As a Christian, I just want your take on it. We've got these family problems we seem to have. It's my stepdaughter, my wife's daughter. We were always so close, and then she got married. Grandkids come along. We've not saw them in 2.5 years, and we've got the last time. I've got a son-in-law, that obviously wants to preach to me about how man came from monkeys and gay was okay. And, and the last time we was there, I asked him 4 different times to agree to disagree. And so the Bible's watered down. I tried to talk to him, but it bothers me. It's absolutely broken my wife's heart that I can only feel, a certain void. And after that, there's only so much you can do. And one of the grandchildren was real small at the time, and she ran into her in the store, and her smallest granddaughter looks up at her and smiles, and she's afraid to even talk to her. So It's a bad situation. I'm sure you've heard it before.
Yes.
And my way of saying it, I just stuck up for God, and I'm going to continue to, no matter what the cost. But, we really don't know what to do. And, we're just kind of lost at that, Christmas time and all coming up. And, she's having to deal with this even more so than me. And I really don't, I'm out of I just don't know anything else we can do except praying every day. But, it's not gotten any better. And I don't think that it will, because of the situation that they're into. So, but anyway, I just want your thoughts on that. If there's any, yeah.
Well, here's some things to think about. Okay, first of all, you got to pray. All right, and when you pray, be very specific in your prayer requests with God. Very specific in what it is that you're asking. Okay, and not just generic. Make it better.
Yeah,
okay, that's one thing. But let's say you have a conversation with them and they say that evolution's true. Well, instead of battling them on that, which I could do, I know how to, but you could just say, well, does that mean Jesus didn't rise from the dead? If evolution's true, what do you do? What do you do about his resurrection still? Well, the Bible's corrupted. Well, actually, it's not. It's written early, and I can go through all that kind of stuff. If they want to talk about homosexuality and they're brainwashed and radicalized with the alphabet mob mentality, then what I would do is once you mute yourself, you got a lot of noise in the background. Okay, mute yourself on the phone. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I'm sorry for that. Yeah.
Mute yourself, and then
I don't.
Because it's so loud. And so with the issue of the
let me see if I
okay with the issue.
try something here.
Okay, so
Does that help any?
I guess so. I think so. All right. Okay. All right. So with the with the issue of the homosexual LGBT mob crap that's coming around, all right, and everybody thinks it's normal and it's good, I would still say, well, okay, what do you do? I hear what you're saying, but Jesus rose from the dead. What do you think about that? And this way, you're not battling them on these issues for them. Now, I could do it, but they don't want to be gutted and cleaned and gutted. I can do that with people. I know how to. No, that doesn't work here. Here's a problem. Here's a problem. And all this stuff. But okay, that's not going to help, particularly when it's family. So you just say, well, Jesus rose from the dead. What do you do with that? Because that tells me that what he said was true. I think that's important, whether you believe in evolution or homosexuality or not. He rose from the dead. So I think that's important. And you can just deflect everything else away and, say, well, sure, you have that opinion. And if they say, well, I don't want to talk about it, the Bible's corrupted. Well, have you studied that to see if it is? Because if he really did rise from the dead, that's important. Why is it so significant? And you ask a question that causes them to think, and you're done. Why is it so significant that he rose from the dead?
Yeah.
So you could do stuff like that. I mean, okay. What are you going to do?
Yes, sir. I've tried every conceivable way. I just don't know. It's one of these things where, I've tried to explain to him, it's like me rebuilding an engine. I've got a Chilton's book on a much lower scale, and I'm just going to torque everything the way I want it instead of the way the book says, and then the engine flies apart. And, well, maybe I didn't know as much as I thought I did, and that's what I try. And, my stepdaughter, she's saying, well, he's got a right to his opinions. I said, opinions have no bearing on reality. I said, you do if we're talking about cars here, but when it comes to God and the Bible, opinions are all off. I said, just read the Bible and study it. You'll see what I'm trying to say. But, I don't know.
But here's the thing. To say, okay, hold on. So to say read the Bible may or may not work, but generally speaking, people who are into evolution and the alphabet mafia stuff, in the radicalization that's occurred, they don't want to hear anything about the Bible. And so you say, read the Bible. They're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So what I like to do, like I
Yeah.
said, is I've done this with atheists many times. We've argued about all kinds of stuff. And I'll say, can I just shift gears? Yeah. Jesus rose from the dead according to the eyewitnesses. What do you do with that? And that's a really interesting conversation because it gets right to the heart of the issue, because I want them to face that. His resurrection proves what he said was true. And all they can do is dismiss it.
Well, sir, I tried that. He will not disagree with me on that. I mean, he says he believes in Christ, but yet, you know, and I told him, I said, homosexuality is an abomination in God's eyes. There's no other way to put it. And this gets to the point, like I said earlier, I asked him like 4 different times, let's just agree to disagree, because I'm never going to believe it. He wants to push that stuff on me, and I'm not going to do it, and I'm standing up for God, and I know I'm right, and I'm going to, if I'm wrong, I'll apologize, but this is one thing that I know I'm not wrong on. So, that's how.
Have him call me.
It's been going on ever since I've known him. So.
Have him call me on the radio show, and we can talk. Say, hey, there's this guy named Slick on the radio. We could talk to you about this stuff. But the issue of homosexuality, sometimes what they'll do when I'm discussing this issue is they will say, are homosexuals going to hell, Matt? Is that what homosexuals are? And my response is, everybody who rejects Christ is going to hell. Whether you're adulterer, homosexual, a liar, or a really nice little old lady. It doesn't matter. What matters is if you trusted in Christ for the forgiveness of your sins. If you have not, then everybody's going to go to hell who has rejected Christ, whether homosexual or not. And then I ask them, why do you, and I'll say, why do you elevate that particular action to a different level of the other ones and say, this is how you're going to judge God and judge righteousness? Let's say the problem with that is, I'll throw this out really quickly. Let's say you have to be in touch with a universal standard of morality. Where are you getting this from? You just say it's the right thing to do. Really? Who says? Show me the universal. Show me the transcendental necessity. Show me where it is out there in the universe that this is how it's supposed to be. You're just giving me an opinion. And you're entitled to your opinion, but so what? I say you have nothing to stand on, depending on how deep I want to get with them. But I'll say you have nothing to stand on. You don't understand the issues here. You're just giving an opinion, and you want to force it on others, and you want everyone to comply to your opinion. And they'll say, what's your opinion about homosexuality? I say, well, mine comes from the Word of God. And, so again, Jesus rose from the dead. What are you going to do with that? And that's the kind of thing. And you got to get to the resurrection. If he says he believes in Christ's resurrection, then say, well, good. What does Jesus say about this? Just ask questions.
Exactly. Well, it's kind of like, and I don't want to get off on the Catholic, but, my understanding, please, you can pray someone into heaven after death. If that's the case, why did Jesus go to the cross for then? If you can just live like crap the rest of all your life, and then all of a sudden you got a purgatory, or you can pray someone into heaven after they're dead. I mean, that's kind of the way I understand it. I don't know. I'm not studying Catholic a lot, but that's
Catholicism.
Getting this stuff from.
Catholicism is bankrupt. It's apostate. It's false. So don't use them as a standard. But there's just a lot. And just I like the resurrection of Christ. Everything falls ultimately to that. Did he rise from the dead? Yes, he did. That proves what he said is true. And I have been using that more and more as a final stop for people. I discuss various things in all kinds of contexts. Okay. That's what I recommend. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. God bless you.
All right. See if you might want to call me up on the show. We could talk. Be polite. All right.
Yeah, if I could get him to do that, that would be great. But
sure.
I'd be willing to try anything, to help the situation. But it's kind of just a sad one, because we're getting older, and every day is a day less that you're going to, you're not going to know each other in heaven like you know each other here. I mean, I don't believe you are. I know you're going to know each other, but I believe it's going to be, I think Christ said in the Bible, that marriage is for people on earth, So,
right, not in
but
heaven.
Anyway,
right.
God bless you. Thank you for your help, and you have a blessed night.
All right. Well, God bless. All right. Well, that was Tony from Greensboro, North Carolina. Interesting discussion. And, folks, all the stuff that I know, and all the Bible verses and the arguments and quotes from different thises and that's, and I can out-argue a lot of people. That's not, it's like, hey, notches in my Bible. That's not it. It's just that you got to come down to Who's Jesus? What did he do on the cross? He rose from the dead. And I've been focusing more and more on that, just to say, well, okay, you got all your arguments, and I can answer them. But here he is, resurrected. What do you do with that? And those are really interesting conversations. So it's something I'd recommend that people do. Put it in your hat, in your thought. You don't have to have all the answers, but you can ask that question to people and see what they say. All kinds of answers. Hey, there's the music. May the Lord bless you. I am out of here. And if you are so inclined, tomorrow you can listen at the same time. And may the Lord bless you. I hope you have a great evening. And by His grace, we'll be back on here tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. God bless. Bye. Okay. So everybody should be able to hear everybody now.
I hear you in StreamYard just fine.
Okay, sound check, a little bit louder, I think. Go ahead one more time.
How about that?
Good.
All right. I got a different mic today.
Well, good. I had to update. The camera just disconnected. And one of the basic things is to just pull the plug out and pull it back in. And I did that and it worked. It happens. The reason that's a fix, ladies and gentlemen, is because electrical current is going through from the camera to the computer and their connectors, and sometimes it causes a little bit of oxidation, and then they have to redo stuff. That's all. Not a big deal. All right.
So you're not to blame, of course.
This time, no.
Okay. We'll blame it on what you called it, the oxidation. We'll avoid that in the future.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the basic things you do. That's why sometimes people's computers won't work right. And depending on what it is, the memory might be a suspect. I go, take them out, put them right back in. Just take a SIM out, put it right back in and out. But you redo the connectors. A lot of times things work.
I saw a guy doing electrical things, and he applied something that prevented oxidation. I don't know if it was a salve or a gel or something, but he said it would maintain the health and avoid oxidation. I really didn't know what he meant.
Yeah, can happen. All right. So Amari, back. You're welcome. I mean, you're back. Welcome.
Thanks.
All right.
No, don't do that.
Don't do what?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know I was on mic. Bentley.
Oh, I stopped what I was doing. So
yeah, I'm in trouble too. It's like, uh-oh. All right. Well, any comments or questions? If not, I got lots to do. I'm going to cook something to eat, check on my wife, do the newsletter tonight, and try and work on some stuff. Maybe go in and do some impromptu discussion debate tonight.
Matt, if you're doing the newsletter, if you're doing the newsletter, it would be awesome if we could get matching donations for the end of the year.
Yeah, that's not in yet. I haven't talked to our guy yet about that. So I got to talk to him anyway and see if he wants to. So we'll see.
Okay, because that would be good to put in the newsletter as it goes out.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the newsletter tonight, and I mean, I could text him and ask him because I'm going to do the newsletter. I don't like to bother him about it, but I think I'll ask. All right.
Matt,
Yes.
you said you might be doing something tonight. Where?
It just depends where I go. Sometimes I go in my Oculus. Sometimes I go into Discord. Sometimes I go into Clubhouse.
Well, if you go into Clubhouse, I wish you'd ping us. We would all probably join you. I don't know how to get into Discord.
Well, just download Discord. Discord just go just to download the app. I think it's .app, but that's it. Not a big deal.
It's downloaded, but I can't ever find you.
Well,
same for me. It's hard to find you for me, and I don't know if it's Discord is just naturally troublesome or
it is.
Okay,
it is.
All right.
Let's see. Hold on. All right. So Discord is now open, and copy user ID. Wow. There it is right there. And I'll put it in here, and I'll put it in here. That's my user ID. Now, let's see if there's a way. And my username is that, just like that. Okay. That's the username in there. And let's see. Profiles. Oh, my account. I thought there was a different kind of a username. Something, but I'm looking.
I thought they all had numbers by them.
That's what I thought. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm a little confused. So
Yeah.
Profile.
That number got me to welcome to Kentucky government.
Well, you have to go into Discord to do something.
Ah, okay.
But I'm looking to see if there's anything else. Okay. That's all I'm seeing. So let me go here. And I've been on since December 8th, 2017. Huh. All right. So I'm looking. Here we go. Originally known as Matt Slick number 8539. It was originally this 8539. Originally known as. So let me touch this. Originally known as. So get your Discord working, Charlie.
I just opened it. Or yeah.
Okay. All right. So put that in there, and so there you go. Let's try this. What you can do.
I think you said 8539 and you typed 8537.
I did. Oh. You are right.
It.
Yeah.
I deleted it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. There we go. All right. All right. So, well, we could stay on a little bit. We'll see if we can figure this thing out. And so, pending. I have 53 people. Incoming friend request.
If you go on, about what time do you think it would be?
It just depends. I mean, I might be bored downstairs. I might get tired. Talk to Neek, and she says, she needs me and I don't do it. Sometimes I think I'll give it a shot tonight and don't. It just, who knows? That's all.
Okay.
But if people want to know if I'm on, I don't know, we could develop some way to figure it out.
I think that would be a great idea.
Because, and then I go to different rooms. So I go into one room, I might be there for 5 minutes and then leave and go to another room. And then I get into these discussions. So really, it's only kind of worth listening and we get in a big discussion. That sometimes happens there because people know me and they'll just start lining up for questions. So that's happened. All right. So you're going to finish doing this. I'm accepting a bunch of friend requests all over. Like almost 60 of them. Okay. Andrew, that's right. All right. Okay. So people insult me. Get a kick out of it. All right. Oh yeah, they're coming back in. A lot of people are on right now. So the thing to do is you go in and you go to Google and you type in Discord. How do I find a certain person? Okay. Typing their tag directly to add a friend in your Discord. So add a friend, wherever that is. Show member list. Let's see, look at that. Nope, add a tag. Where is it? Inbox. Oh, I had an inbox. Huh, how about that? Let's see, I can't figure it out. Direct message. Oh, there you go. Let's see. I'm going to try this. Charlie's Spine. Yeah.
I'm having to prove I'm a human in order to get it. Let's see.
Well, that'd be difficult. So what you do in the upper left-hand corner of the app is a little face blue thing, like a pseudo face thing. And then above that is, it says find or start a conversation. And then you just type in someone's name there. See, Joanne Hayes. So what's your number, Joanne? Is it 1075?
I don't even know, Matt.
So, yeah, that's what it is. That's how you do it, I mean. Okay. All right. Okay. Whew. Matthew Ratzenfeller. Let's see what he does. There's a downloadable app, and there's also discord.com you can go to. Yeah. So there you go. All right.
Huh?
Okay.
Well, it's not letting me in mine, so I don't know how to do it.
And beg to differ. It's okay. Here we go. Message requests. All right. Rocky 4705. Let me try that. Let me just try. Let's see. I put it in there. 4705. Yeah, there it is right there.
Okay.
And,
I'm in Discord now.
Yeah.
So how do I find you?
Type in my name, Matt Slick.
Okay.
I turned this thing off, but a lot of people are listening. So all these Matt Slick stalkers, maybe you want some private time.
Didn't work. Double check that username is correct.
Matt, just lowercase, one word, Matt Slick, or if that doesn't work, try Matt. Just type it normally, Matt space Slick.
One word. Okay, let me try the one word.
Yeah, Matt, one word and
success.
2 words.
Your friend request was sent to you.
All right. And friends, Charlie, accepted. You're in. Okay.
Hey, I see you right there.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go in there. Okay.
So if I go into here and I go into, I won't tell you where I'm at.
Okay.
So you see, you can find me. I don't know how it works. Let me go into a room and okay, there we go. I'm in a room someplace. So I don't know how it
Okay.
works, right? Right. I don't know. See if you can find.
This says wave to you. I wave to you.
Yep.
Here's a message.
Yep. So if you guys want to do that in Discord, then when I'm on, you know, you're supposed to be able to find me that way.
Can you send me a message back? I just sent you one.
Yeah, I did. I said, hey.
Oh, I thought you were going to say which room you were in.
Nope. See if you can find me. So there's a way to do that.
Okay.
And when you get done with that, Matt, Ren goes up on stage.
Renzo. I don't see Renzo. Oh, he's over there. I keep looking at the text and that thing. Hey, Renzo.
Hey, brother. How's it going?
Oh, it's going. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, praying for you, brother. I hope everything goes well. It's all in the hands of God.
Yep. Yeah, I got two major things going on. My doctorate program, which is not going well, and my wife's health, which is far more important. And she's not doing that well now. So she's good days.
Where are you doing your doctoral studies?
In Birmingham Theological Seminary. And I could read you what they want. It's so confusing. I'm supposed to do a paper. It's due on December 11th. And the instructions, what they want, makes no sense. I've tried calling, I've emailed, I can't get any clarification. So.
Yeah, I know that. I was looking at a couple of doctorate programs myself for ancient languages, for like Asian languages, Japanese and Chinese.
Wow.
And doing intense studies like that, doing some research of my own. And I was reaching out to some of the professors about what I wanted to do for a thesis and things like that. And basically all of them said, like, look, there's no one who's done that thesis before, and it's really interesting, but we're just not interested. Like, so it's really interesting, but you're not interested. Yeah, that makes sense. So I just did it myself, or whatever. But those degrees these days are just becoming more and more worthless. It really just have letters in front or behind your name.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice to have a doctorate, but it'd be 4 years of work to get to it. And I'm thinking, I think I'd just rather write, produce for CARM, use that time, because that's more important than a degree, because I want to be able to have more relevance. A doctorate would help, but how much?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, especially like with stuff that I write and do in the music world. You know, a lot of the academics just turn their back on you because you don't have the correct letters after your name.
Yep.
So it's silly. It's ridiculous stuff. And I've had other academics say you should really consider writing something and putting it as a journal article. Write it for what? So that they'll just turn it down because I'm an independent scholar with no more than a master's. Yeah, no, thank you.
Right.
So.
Yep.
I think it's more like my thing too is even with music, I'm much more interested in writing for the masses so that they can actually have a way to understand this, because half the stuff written in Academese, I have to translate it out of Academese to regular English for people.
Right.
And so they understand what it means. And they're not writing for anybody except for themselves. And I could go on and on about that. I've been kind of in and out of this idea of wanting to do something like that for a better part of a year and a half.
Yeah, well, how old are you?
I'm 30.
See, you could do a degree. See, I'll be 67 in a couple of weeks. Is it worth it? You know? So you're 30. I can see
Yeah,
that.
but also at the same time, I have events lined up pretty much every single day for the next year and a half.
Yeah.
You know, with things to do and, you know, ways of making money and stuff. The degree wouldn't help anything except to be a deterrent for, you know, get more respect from people that really need the respect from anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, that gives me an idea. What's my main goal? And see if when I'm a doctorate would help with that.
Here's where I was thinking that it would be helpful for me. Let's say something happens where I get a hand injury and I'm unable to play, or I develop TMJ in my face and I can't play anymore. Then at least if I have a doctorate in historical languages or Japanese history, I can at least apply for a professorship with having an extensive career in music and activity in the field, which makes me a good candidate for a position for tenure. That's a good backup plan in the future. But
yeah, that's a good.
That was my thinking of it for myself.
Yeah, that's a good reason, you know, and that way you can take care of your family better, and you're being wise for the future. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, and the nice thing is that a lot of them do there's a way to do programs online, and some of the doctoral programs are for like ethnomusicology and like my area of expertise is actually really easy. Most of the stuff is just how to write a paper properly and how to do your dissertation. And
right.
Then everything else is just write the dissertation. And so I was talking to some of the potential places I was going to be looking at. I was looking at Yale, and I was talking to one of the professors there. And they're like, "Yeah, the less we can see you, the better of a doctoral student you'll be." I'm like, "Well, that's perfect. I don't want to see you, and you don't want to see me. I'll just hand in my dissertation. God, I wish it was that easy. There are some classes you have to take and teach, but it's something like that."
Yeah, I hear you. It's about that dissertation, and I would just love it if they just said, "Here, you know, take 6 months of courses, read these books on how to write a thesis. Now go for it once it's been approved, and then you're you know, won't talk to you for a year, you know, and then you got to defend your thesis." I think that's the way to do it. But what do I know?
Actually, you know, I've read a lot of people's theses and stuff, and I'm sure you've read theses too. And I kind of wonder sometimes if their academic advisors actually read their paper. I wonder if they actually did the defense, or if they kind of read the first 5 pages and the last 5 pages, and they're like, "What did you do here? Oh yeah, okay, that sounds good to me." And sometimes the things that people write are just ridiculous, even at the scholastic level.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Well, you never know, but yeah, I'm thinking about dropping out because most of them drop out anyway. I think 80% do. And so we'll see. I got so much to do. My wife's health is not getting any better, so that's going to take more time. But, you know, got to figure it out.
If it means anything to you, I can give you my opinion if you'd like.
Sure.
For you, I don't think it's worth it. I think that you do so much great work for the masses, and your whole entire life, and what I see God using you is to get to the common man, to get them to truly think about what they believe and why they believe it, and helping them provide answers for questions that they otherwise couldn't. And spending a lot of your time in the academic world, where there's already tons of people doing that, doesn't fit. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure there's other people who disagree with me.
Well, I'm leaning towards that idea, actually. I am. But we'll see.
I personally would have liked to see more of you within the scholastic debate, like the actual formal debate world, and going up some like professional philosophers and having those I would have liked to see more of that. And I mean, it's not like you can't do that now. And that would be a place where I would like to see you.
Yeah, I'd like to do more formal debates. Yep.
But the formal debate world is also pretty much dead, because it used to be when you had a debate, it was scheduled 6 months to a year out, and the person would send you everything that they wrote, and you would send them everything that you wrote, and they would learn and study your worldview and actually quote your position. Now it's just last minute, like, hey, you want to do a debate with this guy next week? So, who is this guy? And then it's a debate on when two people don't even know each other's worldviews at all. And it's not really a debate at this point. It's just two people arguing.
Right. Yeah, I've had those exact issues, a lot of impromptu debates, and I'll ask them diagnostic questions. I've gotten to the point now where if I ask someone a question as part of my research to find out where they're coming from and they don't want to answer me, I say, then I'm not going to talk to you. That's it. Like, well, then be that way. Okay, fine, I'm that way. Bye. Next.
Yeah.
That's all.
There was a debate that was had between back in the late 90s. I think it was Michael Horton, Robert Godfrey, and one other person, and then it was Robert Stengenis on the Catholic side, and they were talking about the issue of sola scriptura. And it was a 3v3 debate versus Roman Reformed, and it was an absolute pleasure to listen to everybody's opening statements and the rebuttals and the conversations, and really the camaraderie of searching for truth. It was wonderful, and I was kind of just like to myself, man, how wonderful would that be to actually have something where it was not a person trying to win an argument, but a person who's desiring to know what is true.
Wow, that sounds interesting. Robert Godfrey was my professor at seminary.
I love him so much. He's such a great man. He just released a new 20-part series on a quick overview of Romans, and I'm going to start going through it now, and I'm already very happy that I started the course.
Good. Well, if you can find that debate, let me know. Email it to me or text me or whatever. And
it's on YouTube. Just look at Sola Scriptura, type in Mike Horton and Robert.
Oh, Mike Horton was in it too?
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, he's in there too.
Yeah, I went to seminary with Mike.
Yeah, it's the powerhouse of Reformed theology guys up there. And I listen to Mike every single week on White Horse Inn with the Justin Holcomb and the other guys that are there. Sometimes Kim Riddlebarger will come in.
I know Kim. I used to go over Kim's house.
Yeah, it's the old crew. They still hang out with each other in California. So that hasn't changed.
Salvation Scripture, Sola Scriptura Refuted. Okay, I'll look. So you can find it. Calvin and Sola Scriptura. Dr. Mike Horton. Boy, he's looking old.
Yeah, he is looking old. Well, I mean, remember, he almost died.
He did?
Yeah, he almost did. He was when he was had some heart problems, and he was in the hospital, and they said, look, you might not make it out tonight. And then by God's grace, he did.
Wow.
So that really affected his age.
Wow. Well, sheesh. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to get going. I got things to do. I want to check on my wife because she's had a rough day so far. So yeah, and we got to talk about her stuff too. All right.
Yeah. Can we set up a time that we can talk, because we have a lot to go over?
Yeah. Do you have my phone number? Well, I can do it by. Let's do it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Email me. You have my email, so if you email me, then we can set up a time that way. That'll be easiest.
Well, text me your email, or let's see, you're in there. So, tell you what, email me your email at info. That way, no one will know your email. I don't know if maybe I have yours already.
Yeah, you do, but I'll send you a quick little email.
Okay, I'm looking.
And it's still at slickisthebest@slick.com.
That is so true. There you go. Yeah, I think let's see, do I have it? Is it Sean Head at that kind of thing? I'll give the whole thing up.
Yeah, that's the one. I just sent you an email.
All right, sounds good.
All
right, big man. Sounds good.
All right. God bless you. Look forward to talking soon.
All right, God bless. Okay, bye. I'm out, you guys. We'll see you.